Everybody, thank you for joining me on the Manschool, where we talk about male topics mostly. I'm enjoying my evening just laying around today because it is absolutely so hot in southern Ontario that I thought I would just take a lay down while I do my show today. No filler, no bullshit. I just wanted to have an AMA tonight, and that being an Ask Me Anything. This is one of those times where my listeners and my audience can just, tap in and ask any question that they want. We'll wait for some people to come in and, see if there's any valid points that they need covered. And I'm happy that people will soon come in one by one. I know it's dinner time here in Eastern Standard Time, so I'm not expecting a really big audience, but I am wondering. Hey, Rui, what's going on, man? It's been a while for sure. Thank you for coming on. Do you get notified when I come on? I was wondering about that. I wondered if people knew that I was on or not. I do appreciate old friends visiting. It was, my audience isn't as big as it was on TikTok, but I'm trying to grow my audience and it's not working very well. I only got 649 subscribers, and I'm hoping that I can break a few thousand soon. But it's a very slow process, that's for sure. Are you on TikTok anymore, Rui? I have a feeling that he's typing. I do like the likes and everything. Thank you. Ivania possible. I don't know what that means, but hello. Thank you for coming. It's amazing. Happy supper time. I don't know where you guys are, but I'm in Ontario Eastern Standard Time. I got a notification. Okay, that's amazing. Thank you, Rui, for that answering that question. If you are just joined us, please consider subscribing to my channel, Manschool, where we really talk about subjects that men are concerned with: mental health, how to, start your own business, how to become a better citizen, things like that. So if you are interested in such things, please subscribe to my channel. I'm looking for an audience, and I'm hoping that by coming on doing these lives, I can show people what we talk about and what we do. Because sometimes this platform is kind of brand new to me. So I came from TikTok and I had a huge following, but I got banned and kicked off with no reason, and I don't know how to restart my program. And so here I am on YouTube, which is a brand new vibe and brand new audience. So thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. One of my listeners right now that's with us tonight, his name is Rui, and he has been with me for quite some time. And I am always happy to have my old audience because they know what we talk about. Today, one of the things that I did was I installed a security door on my house, on my farmhouse, simply because there's been so many break-ins lately that young men are feeling invisible. And by me feeling invisible, I mean that nobody is paying attention to them. And so they are looking to lives of crime and gangs, and because there's no role models left in our society. So that being said, today I bought a security door that's made out of metal, and we put it onto the front door, put a double lock on it, and hopefully this will deter people from breaking in to our farmhouse, because it's the crime rate where I live has become astronomical. It's become very it's become a lot, actually. It's increased by about 50%, and the police don't show up anymore. For some reason, it they don't answer the phone, and they don't even show up. I thought you never see you again since the incident. Oh, wow. You need a new email for, you need, I do. Well, it is. I have the email, X City Now Country. I have 5 legs and don't know how to use them. Where do you guys come up with these handles? It's kind of funny, actually. So yeah, talking about the crime rate and becoming so high, it's you got to take matters into your own hands. I read a meme the other day that said I would rather have a pistol in my hand than the cops on the phone, which, has made a lot of sense because nobody shows up anymore. We had an opportunity, we had a drive-by the other day where they fired 7 shots and they kept driving. My wife and I heard the shots. We saw the car speed by. We called the OPP and let them know what was going on. And it took them about 25 minutes to respond to an active shooter. So I can't imagine what it would be like if you guys were living in the city and what kind of response times you have there. If you guys are, tell me what city you guys are in, and tell me if the crime rate has increased or decreased in the last little while. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, because I do need an audience, and I'm glad that you're joining me here tonight. So I'm going to just, yeah, it's totally crazy. And it's in my area specifically, it's getting worse. It's not getting any better. I don't think that people want to join the police force anymore. I don't think that they find value in it. And I don't think that the recruitment that they have, people stay. The retention of officers today is very low. Like they'll take the courses and go to police college, but when it comes to going to active duty, they bail. They really do, and I don't know why. So is there anybody that has any questions for Manschool? Anything that you're working on, that you're having a problem with, that maybe you need an old guy's advice, because us old guys, we might not have the most agile bodies, but our brains get stronger and our problem-solving skills become sharper. So I'm happy to answer any questions for you guys. I think I'm going to do this on a nightly basis so that I increase my listenership, because I used to make videos when I was on TikTok and I really enjoyed it. However, I like the live one-on-one programs more than I do anything else. You think crime is going up in Ontario? I think it is. I think that they will tell you through the statistics of the government that the crime rate's going down. But the way that I look at it, the unease of people and the amount of, they don't talk about it anymore. That's the whole thing, is that if you look at the big cities, you will see most of the police officers patrolling the Gaza demonstrations. They're not really handling calls anymore. I have viewers that send me videos from time to time on my X account, and they tell me that the amount of gun violence in the cities has increased And they don't report stuff like that. I don't know why, but I don't think they want people in our communities to start taking matters into their own hands, if you know what I mean. There are people out there that don't call the police when stuff happens. They deal with it, and I think that the people who deal with it, that's where we're headed to, because people realize that nobody's coming to save you. Um, and you notice another thing that I noticed. I was making a video about this the other day. I made a video called "Why Are Men Snapping?" Right? They're snapping, and it's happening between the ages of 27 and 35. And a couple of the reasons that I think that why people are triggered at those ages are because they have done all the right things, right? They've gone to school, they've gotten a job, they moved out of their parents' home, and excuse me, and they still can't make it. And by make it, I mean they're behind on their bills, they don't have a social life, they don't have a support network. And so, men, if you look at all of the rock stars like Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, uh, all the real rock stars, they don't get to be more than 35 years old. They usually commit suicide or something happens to them between the ages of 27 and 35. And that is a concern, because the people at this age right now in the society that we live in, there's a lot of problems, and I get that. But when there are problems, the people who solve those problems become very successful. And I don't know why so many people are disheartened or disgruntled about what's going on in our society, because I think that it's a great opportunity to be a problem solver and to really start making a foothold in the problems that you want to solve. Thought on Ford standing up to Trump for the steel industry and aluminum. I think that Doug Ford is completely offside. He was upset with Elon Musk, and he canceled the Starlink contract. I remember when that happened. Yeah, that cost Ontario taxpayers about $170 million. That's a lot of money, man, just to piss away because you were upset, you couldn't hold your tongue, and you couldn't control your words and your emotions. And so now the taxpayer in Ontario is stuck footing that bill. So is Doug Ford a good leader? Not to his constituents, not anymore. I think he talks a big game, but he's just useless. He doesn't serve his constituents anymore. He serves big business, and that's it. There was a moment in time when he was first running. He talked about the taxpayer and people people first and all that stuff, but he's just a paper tiger, and he's one of those people who really don't have any follow through. He was one of the first guys to jump on an airplane and go down and see the Trump administration when they first came into office. But did they get anything done? No, they just got squat. They came back with their hands in their pocket, and a trip that us, the taxpayer, paid, and we paid millions of dollars for that to happen. But anyway, that's where we're at in Ontario. And if you think that if it's any different, let me know. I'm concerned I'm curious as to where you guys live and what's happening in your area, and if you're happy with the way that people are being taken care of. Because I don't see them having any kind of benefit, to be honest. Holding the bag. You're so right, Rui. Like holding the bag is an understatement. The $171 million, What's 171 million divided by the population of Ontario? I'm going to get ChatGPT to help me with these numbers and see what that's approximately 15 million people. So the Ontario people just spent an extra $10.89 for absolutely nothing. Yeah, there you go. Another $10 taken out of our pockets and given to what? Nothing. Wait until Elon Musk sends us the penalty bill for not following through on that transaction or business deal. Anyway, I just thought I'd jump on and say hello and make sure that we had an active group tonight, and I appreciate you guys for joining me. If you are just joining us, please consider subscribing to this channel. And, you know, I've got a lot of interesting things to talk about. I'm an ex-strategist, so I have a lot of inside information on how the mechanics of the government and everything works. And if you guys like what you're hearing, please tap the screen, thumbs it up, do whatever it takes to let more people know, because this is a room where we all learn from one another. It's not just me talking. It's a group of men that are really intelligent that come and join. Adolf Nigler. Fuck. I love your names, man. I really do. How you doing, man? I am a great supporter of you, actually. So I don't know if you guys have heard what's going on in Danielle Smith reduced the tariffs with Alberta. Well, I think she's one of the most go-getter persons out there. She's a very can-do person, and I hope that she doesn't fall into the trap of the APAC and the lobbyists that are coming after her, because I find that whenever you start to gain momentum, when people start listening to you, all of a sudden they come to silence you in every way possible. Look at what's going on with Tamara Lynch. A mischief charge is now going to cost them 8 years in prison. Meanwhile, there was a guy 2 weeks ago that stabbed his roommate 300 times and chopped him up, and he was out on bail the next day. Fuck. This is the world that we live in, man. This is where we are, and I think that it's a real tragedy because the government has really neutered the Canadian public. They are afraid to go out in the street. They're afraid to talk. They're afraid to express themselves. The only people that are free to express themselves these days are the trans people. You notice that? Yeah, it's the only people that actually have any kind of momentum in anything. But then again, that's just my opinion. I just wanted to jump on for 20 minutes and have a chat with you guys. I really appreciate you coming on. Rui, thank you so much for coming on when you saw me come live. And like I said, I will continue to do this program every day. And I can't wait to talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, and good night.